Good morning, good afternoon, good evening. You already know who this is, so I don't need to tell you. I don't need to tell you. We gonna chop it up a little bit, but first, let's do it. Jay is here to give you the updated news. We're going to cover a range of topics. So I'll rattle them off. You don't want to hear one topic, just scroll through to listen to the next topic. But first, I want to say thank you. Thank you. I'm not going to give any names, but somebody sent me I'm very pleased. Because if y'all remember, J Love Trains. Check this out. Thank you. You know who you are. Another one. Rail Yard. Check that out, cause J Love Trains. And some more goodies. Send me a goodie package. Didn't have to do that. I never accept gifts, ever. But when it comes to trains, I'm a big baby. All right, enough of that. Thank you very much. That was very, very kind of you. You know who you are. All right, first thing is first, if you check the description of this video, you will see the link to the podcasts, okay? The podcasts will have full length actual podcasts. What you see me posting is just little snippets of it. We have one coming up. There's going to be an interview with one of the other content creators in a couple weeks. Thank you. You know who you are. We have one coming up this weekend. I'm going to interview a couple of people that are in my craft. And we're going to have a couple people in the CCA craft and the carrier craft, and they're all going to be collaborating. I want y'all to check that video out when it is posted. I post snippets of it. One of the other, I think Mailman Mike may actually have the full-fledged video of it. Westside Dave has the podcast information, but I will leave the links to all of that in the video description. Got it? Good. Holiday season's coming up. I spoke to you guys about this before, about the supervisor thing, and about how to go about basically, stepping up to try to do supervisor / 204B work. Well, there are levels to this. If this topic does not interest you, this is not your video. But there are bits of information in this video that will help you. Got it? Good. If you're a current employee and you're looking for 204B positions as well as supervisor positions, go on to your light blue. Now, I don't like to be too funny about it, so I got the computer going just so I can give the right information. Go on to your light blue. You go on to e-careers. That is accessible to us. Those are internal postings, meaning only postal employees can see those postings, and you can apply for certain positions on e-career. The qualifications will be listed. Don't go apply for things if you don't read the drop downs. Click the position, read the drop downs. Don't come and say, hey Jay, what's this? I applied for it, but I have no idea. It says it paid a lot of money, but I have no idea. Do your homework. When applying for certain positions, people say they want to be 204Bs. I had this full-fledged discussion with somebody yesterday. So I had to do the research. I didn't think that very many people wanted to do it. Number one, if you think you are suited to be a supervisor, do not do this for the wrong reason. Don't do it just because you want a higher pay rate. Do it because you feel as if, number one, you are qualified to do it, because there are people that are not. And again, I'm not picking on you, but you know your skill level. You know if you didn't pass school. Just think before you make decisions. Supervisor, a manager, specifically told me this is the method that is utilized. He looked, he saw positions available. He specifically spoke with a postmaster. His postmaster planted the seed. Hey, I'm interested. Let's say he's a carrier. Hey, I'm a CCA. I'm interested in, becoming a 204B. Please keep me in mind. He planted the seed. Anybody can do that. You don't have to be career in order to be a 204B. You do not have to be career. You do have to have some type of rapport with your peers, though, your managers. Good rapport, not that bad rapport where you just, okay. So make sure that you have a decent rapport with your managers. At that point, the managers, the postmasters can make a recommendation for you. This is where it gets tricky. 204Bs, they're hourly. They make a little bit more money. And some people don't have aspirations of becoming managers when they're 204Bs. They just want to be a 204B in order to get that higher pay rate. But you have to understand, with the higher pay rate comes more responsibility. They may require you to leave your current location and go to a different one that's not close to you. Might be 50, 60 miles away. It might be 20 miles away. You have to be flexible. You can't step into that role and not realize that they put you where you're needed. That's what happens. And you have to have aspirations of becoming a manager. You cannot just sit there and just milk the 204B position for a year, because they'll just push you back down to your craft. So basically, your craft that you're in, you stepped up, and now you have a detail, and your detail is becoming a supervisor for a specific craft, a different craft. So there are people that are mail handlers that step up and they become a 204B, and they could be a 204B for the transportation department. Don't do it. I'm telling y'all, don't do it. I don't give advice, but I'm telling y'all, stay away from logistics, okay? If you don't know what we do, don't even try. But you can basically cross over and become, wherever they need a 204B is where you will end up becoming. Make sure you can contribute to that, okay? Decent. You have to make sure you can contribute to that. Back to the e-career thing. It will ask you to basically upload your qualifications, a resume, or some of the things that are with it. I never did it. I don't really care for it. That's also the place where you can look for transfers as well. Once you become career, you can look through there and you will have access to transfers. Play around with the light blue. There's so much in there that can help you. If you're serious about becoming a 204B or a manager, it's important to have a KSA. I'm not here to educate anybody. I'm here to give you some information. Okay? What you do with that information is up to you. I guess that is educating you, right? Yeah. All right. KSA. Knowledge and skills and abilities is a common tool used by human resource department. They review a KSA statement, which explains a candidate's qualities as they relate to an open role and determine if they are a good fit. You basically should create one of these. It's basically a statement about yourself and what your qualities are. You can't say it's because I got good hair. No, you have to basically put down what your qualifications are on a piece of paper stating how you can contribute. A description of qualifications written by a prospective candidate to describe their knowledge, skills, and abilities as they relate to an open role. It helps employers quickly screen the candidates that are most suitable for the job. The KSA model was introduced as a hiring tool by government. That's what we use. They put KSAs in form of essays or narratives, which may no longer be listed as requirements. They should not be dismissed. It's basically a supplement to your application. And they will ask you a group of questions. And what you want to do is in your KSA, answer those questions however you feel fit. Now, you can write a KSA, you can type it, not a resume. It's different. Look it up, you'll figure it out. KSAs are imperative for you. You want to keep a copy of your KSA with you. If you got a bag, keep it with you. Keep 20, 30 of them. When you see, if you're working at a plant and you see one of the people say, hey, my name is Jessica, and I've been here for 2 years and I'm looking into getting into management. Please keep me in mind. Here's my KSA. Now, you do that to a couple managers, your name starts floating around. You planted a seed, you've been plugged. Now, if that person knows that you don't ever show up to work because you got a piss poor attendance, don't expect them to pass your name around. Stuff is determined by you. On your KSA, obviously, you have your name and your EIN, employee identification number, so that they can look you up. And if Jeff, the manager, sees Susan in a different department, say, hey, we have a prospective 204B, she might be a good fit for your department. Now, you may not be going to the same department. You may be switching your shift or your tour. So you have to keep all of that in mind once you decide you want to step up into that role. Don't just do it blindly thinking you're going to get this specific place. They may turn and say, oh, well, we have a plant here in Dallas, Texas, but the international shipping center, which is, 20, 30 miles away from here, on the other side of Dallas, they need somebody. You can't be like, well, oh no, I don't want to, I've never. No, you have to be open. That's important. You have to understand that. It's not what you want. They place you where they need you. Got that? They place you where they need you. With all that being said, eCareers, look up your stuff if you want to do the supervisory role. Look it up just for yourself for future references. Check it out. If you just started and you know what, I want to learn the business first, and then maybe later on down the line, I can, contribute. Check it out now. Check it out now. That way you're not blindsided when positions come available, because they are hiring a bunch of supervisors. It might be just holiday, it might be permanent. Which brings me to my next topic. Sheesh. As you already know, we work for the post office. We got a pretty bad reputation, but they're starting to implement new technology into the post office. How good is it? Hell if I know. They're going to be, what are these things called? Bear with me. Package sorting machines that are going to be put at the plants and I believe at some stations around the country. It will accommodate a higher volume of mail, which, if you work at a bundle sorter, it's a big quantity. Package sorters work on the smaller. It's gonna be more technology that's implemented into our thing. How's that good? How's that bad? It's just helping us overall. They are estimating that just for this holiday season, you hear me, listen, pay attention. This holiday season, 40,000 employees are going to be hired on a temporary basis. 40,000 temporary. There's no reason that somebody shouldn't be able to get their foot in the door. You hear, I believe it's Creole Barbie got in on holiday and now she's a regular, less than 2 years, I believe. So don't look down at holiday positions if you haven't gotten in yet. 40,000 positions. The qualifications, it seems like it's less than what we all have to go through. And once we get closer to the holidays, the time frames are less in order to go through the steps. It seems like they rush people to get in during the holidays. Keep that in mind as well. It doesn't happen everywhere, but it does happen. Last year, people were hired in less than 2-3 weeks, while some of you guys have been waiting 2-3 months. It's weird, dynamics weird, but that's just what's happening. They're hiring all these supervisors. Maybe these supervisors are helping move it faster. I don't know. I'm just here to pass that information along to you guys. With all that being said, let me see. They're having job, what do they call them? Career days all over the country for the post office. So if you know somebody that's looking for it, tell them just register on the website. Y'all know I have a video that says how to apply. I'll try and throw it up there somewhere. And just have them register, get their scores already. That way when the time comes, they can just apply. I know I covered a lot in this video. I know half you guys didn't go through the whole video, but that's okay. I passed along the information. Again, if you're trying to get into management, make sure you have the right mindset on why. Ask yourself why you're doing it. Don't do it just because you want to have power over anybody, because it's easy as you got up there. Once you get back down and you looking at the person that you came in with, that you told them, oh, do something that you knew was not realistic. Now you got to be back in their position. And they're like, well, 2 months ago when you were supervisor, you said you could do it. Show me. You don't want to be that person. With all that being said, definitely we're going to be doing this podcast this week, and it's going to be pretty raw. We got, it's going to be pretty raw. We broke it in a little bit, and now the people are just, you guys will enjoy it. Again, my initial videos that I post are snippets. Mike may have the full video. Dave will have the podcast. Check out the video description below, and in the video description we'll have all the platforms. I believe we're on iTunes or whatever it is, and Podbean, and all the other individuals that we interview. We have their links to their channels. If they're a content creator, check them out as well. We're all about supporting each other, and each person has their own bit of information that they can pass on to you. Okay? Remember that. Me, I just give broad information for you guys. Go to the specifics. Check them out. Listen to how they present the information, and then make your decisions from there. All right, this is JH again. You know who you are. Thank you very much, because Jay love them trains. It's getting close to the holidays. I'm about to put up the Christmas train in a little bit. And y'all be easy. This was my day off. Rest and relaxation in the comment section. We all need it. We all need it. Rest and relaxation. JH with another one.